Hey guys, it's time for an obligatory update. This is usually where I talk about the previous year and saying where the coming year 2018 is gonna go, so let's cut to the chase and just talk a little bit about 2017 as a whole. I don't know how many of you guys remember my update video that I posted in 2016, but that year in particular has been one of the roughest years of my life, considering that I lost a bunch of family members, unfortunately, and 2017 as a whole has kind of been a recuperating year for me in terms of like just kind of dealing with the situation. And it didn't really help that I was kind of forced to move from one big room that I was shooting most of my videos back then to a much smaller confined space, which basically increased my level of claustrophobia and reduced the amount of videos that I wanted to make. So it wasn't as rough as 2016 by any means. I'm not here to whine. It did unfortunately affect me in a negative way. And that's kind of the first thing I really wanted to say out of the gate. I'm really sorry about my output in 2017. 2016 I released a total of 3 videos, but in 2017 it was only 2, where one of them was the top 10 games of 2016, and that was released in March. And I'm not saying I'm ashamed of it, so to say, but I am disappointed, and last thing I want to do is disappoint the people who are watching me ever since the beginning in 2012, so to say, when I first relaunched the channel, because that year, 2017, was also the year that I finally got to my 5th year anniversary, and I haven't made anything, you know, to celebrate that. And even more importantly, this was the year that I finally crossed 10K subs. I was really stuck on 2,300 throughout the entirety, pretty much, of 2016, so it was really awesome that in 2017 I finally crossed the 5-digit threshold, but then numbers kind of started stagnating, and I will probably talk about this subject right now. As many of you know, you guys have been following me throughout the last year, and probably a lot of you are new subscribers. The main reason why I think I got that boom of subscribers is because I started streaming more Pokemon. And the reason why I put a big emphasis on that is because I didn't want to lose the good thing that I got there. Back in 2013, when I made that worst shiny video, that got me some kind of a viral attention. And I was kind of resting on my laurels a bit. I wasn't expecting to become like a new internet phenomenon. But I was thinking that in terms of like all the revenue that I got from that video, that I'm pretty much gonna be okay. But oh boy was I wrong, and that number decreased significantly, and it's one of my biggest regrets. I should have actually kept pumping out stuff during that time. While I released videos there, don't get me wrong, I didn't make a bunch of Pokemon videos during that era. I could have done a lot more, and due to the success, the mild success that I got throughout the beginning of 2017, I want to make as much streams as I could, because that really garnered a lot of attention from other people who decided to talk me up and come over. Especially, that's what really helped me get to 10K subs, which was a really big deal. It is unfortunate that pretty much after, I would say, May, the viewer numbers of my streams have decreased significantly. I don't really think it was much of my fault this time. It was more the fact that Pokemania, compared to what it was in 2016, has declined. But I'm still glad I have a bunch of viewers that do view my stuff vehemently. Is that a word? I don't know. I think the important part to it, I also want to talk about the whole streaming, is that it also started something that really helped me out immensely throughout 2017, and that's the unparalleled generosity of so many of you who have donated through my streams throughout 2017. And words cannot describe the amount of gratitude I have for so many of you. And I don't ever want to look like I'm taking that stuff for granted, so to every one of you who has done it, thank you oh so very much. And even to those who couldn't donate and wanted to, but just even showed up in my streams, I really do appreciate it as well. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that some people went to that level, I am still stunned to this very day. Consider the fact that there are people out there like Joy's GameSafe, Echo the Dolphin, Demon Gone, and other people that really, like, helped me in such an amazing way. I am floored. I don't honestly think I deserve all that, especially throughout my somewhat shoddy upload schedule. I am internally indebted to you because that really helped me survive a big chunk of the year, and I really do appreciate it. So to all of you, all the people I mentioned now, and even some that I didn't, trust me, I love each one of you, whoever supported me throughout the streams, whether it's monetary or even just being there. Thank you very much. The only reason why, of course, that I want more people to show up is not even just from the monetary value. I enjoy the streaming aspect because I enjoy meeting and talking to people. The shiny hunt, to me, it's kind of a boring activity because you do the same thing over and over again. But while I'm doing it, I like to talk to people about, you know, video games and movies and stuff like that, or just general stuff. And that to me kind of takes away the attention from the boring activity and putting all the spotlight on the people who truly matter, which is you guys. And that has been more of a highlight to me when I stream every single time. And I don't ever take that stuff for granted. And I will still do the Pokemon streams. I just still want to put some focus into video making in 2018 as well. Because as much as I love Pokemon, people, I don't think you also realize that my love for video games transcends just one franchise. And yeah, that also includes Sonic, by the way. Because obviously my top of video for the games that came out 2017 is going to be coming up very soon. And I've been playing a lot of stuff in 2017, and I think it's been one of the best years of gaming maybe ever in recent memory, at least maybe in the last 10 years, I could say. So I'm really hyped of making that video. I know that I'll definitely get it sooner than the other ones, and here's my reasoning to that. My mistake whenever I do my Game of the Year stuff is that I always don't play enough games by the time the video is out. So during January is where I do my catch-up to many games. I only played maybe 6 games to so I couldn't even make a full top 10 list. However, in 2017, I'm checking through my backlog of the games that I want to play, and I only finished something like 25 games, so I definitely have material to work with, which I'm really happy about. So my top of video, I really want to make it January. I'm going to work my butt off to get to you guys by then. As for February, that will be Bubsy 2, and that was supposed to come out actually before my top of video, but my computer wasn't working very well, especially towards the second half of 2017. It's been kind of meandering about, but I got a much better computer now. I mean, it's not exactly my dream computer, but it's definitely going to be as good as it can get until I move out and actually get a desktop to work with. But as far as laptops go, it's a huge improvement, and I can definitely work on that video now that the 2017 is going to be put on the shelf, and I can just focus on finishing up that Bubsy video, because I only started editing it. I just have to finish it up. And it also had a bunch of cool cameos from a lot of YouTubers that I admire, that I met throughout the conventions in 2017, and I really would love to share it with you guys. So that's definitely a video I'm really looking forward to. Actually, in general, as much as I like sometimes to talk about the bad stuff, in terms of, like, you know, the whole moving to a confined space and whatnot, there were some awesome things that did happen in 2017 as well. I think my biggest highlight is by far Too Many Games this year, or the past year, I mean. Thanks to a really good friend of mine, Krishanka, who basically encouraged me to make this long trip to the other coast of the country and meet with her in Vale of Vulpix. That convention was one of the funnest experiences I've had in my life. It transcended any anime convention I've ever went to. Because it's very nice for once to actually not go to a convention and go by myself the whole time. I like being by myself, I like my own personal space, and that's fine. But sometimes at a convention you kind of walk around with people, and when you see something cool you want to be like, dude, check this out, kind of a thing. And that was finally that experience for me, and I really am greatly appreciative of that. So also, thank you very much. But also, in between the big videos, I also want to make smaller videos to make newer reviews of games that have come out recently. For example, the new Dragon Ball FighterZ game is coming out, and I thought that would be a cute little, maybe like 4 or 5 minute review, just say what I generally thought about it. I think that would be a cool idea. And if you have any general ideas, I'm more than glad to oblige. The other thing I also want to talk about in general is that, as I mentioned earlier, funds have been kind of difficult. As months of 2017 went by, it's becoming more and more of a grave issue. And I do want to make a Patreon campaign and make it official. The only issue with that is that me in good conscience, I cannot make it official if I don't release content for you. Here's the thing, Blade Blur is gonna be, free to everyone. I don't wanna, have everything under a paywall. This is not loot box or microtransaction in any way, shape, or form. On the other hand, though, I don't think it's fair to do a Patreon campaign right now, especially when I don't have material out. Because I do want to make sure I release those 2 videos before I officially start it. But I'm just kind of wondering, if I do that campaign, would you be interested in it? The other thing I also want to talk about is also regarding streaming. As much as YouTube has been a really dominant platform for me when it comes to streaming, I notice more and more people are moving onto Twitch now. So I'm wondering if if I do move to Twitch. First of all, I'm not sure if people are going to be okay with it, but if I do you have a Twitch account? Because I don't want to leave a lot of my YouTube viewers behind just because I'm moving a platform, so that would be nice to kind of get a general feedback about that. That at least does it for me for now. Well, the 2 months that are going to happen, I haven't pretty much kind of set in stone, which I'm mostly going to be in front of a computer, either playing a game for a video or just editing a lot. March is going to be tricky because I kind of hope to move out around that area, around that time, to a new area. Whether it's a new city or a state, I'm not sure yet, but I definitely want to pay less rent, that's for sure. So that's the reason why a lot of things are really critical for me right now, and I don't want to sound like I'm being over dramatic about this thing, or that I'm begging. I'm just being 100% real with you because you've been supporting me all this time. At the very least, I should be 100% frank. So, which is why I really want to put hard work into this. And especially after maybe I let some of you guys down, I don't want that to repeat in 2018. So, I want to say thank you all for all of you who followed me throughout the craziness that was last year. I really hope 2018 is going to be far more fruitful, and yeah, here is for some awesome videos. So thank you very much. I would really appreciate if you write maybe like a nice comment or something on the video if you want to ask me a question, or maybe something you would like to see. My ears are totally open, or eyes, because I'm reading, I'm not listening, but that's more of a semantic issue. Anyways, thank you very much, guys, for all the amazing support throughout 2017, and here's for 2018. Thank you very much, guys, and take care.